Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. As I always say, don't use YouTube as a replacement for therapy. If you need a therapist, get one. You deserve it. Let's watch.
Read for Michael.
Okay. I told Michael that Second Tracy wanted to do a reading with him, and he agreed. And I think Tracy can uncover why we're having these problems. Michael can tell me anything. I can either believe it or not. But I think Tracy can see right through it.
All right. I get the temptation if you are worried that your spouse isn't telling you the truth, that you might resort to other means as to determining the truth, either a private investigator or breaking into their phone, as Angela wanted to do, or I guess a psychic if you believe in such things. So, but a much more effective way of trying to build trust is to go to couples therapy. Hire a couples therapist. You can certainly find one that would work with them online and start building trust back. So, that'd be my recommendation.
That's all he cares about.
It's like a business. It's like work. Angela, where do you come in this? Michael, Angela is your wife. And you need to be there for her, no matter what.
Of course, I forgive her now. I forgive her.
Forgive me?
Okay. So he forgives her even though she hasn't apologized. I'm guessing what he means by that is, I'm willing to move forward and forget what happened. Yeah, because usually forgiveness is given to someone who's apologizing, but not always. So now she's going to say, forgiveness for what? You're the one who's 100% wrong, and they're going to fight. And this psychic is going to be caught in the middle trying to provide some sort of service.
When Tracy pulls out a card and interprets it that me and Michael's relationship is just business, I said, what? Is he in the business of trying to get to the U.S.? Is he going to come over here and leave me once he gets his green card and go find his perfect family?
As I always say, it's okay to have that worry, but how do you work on it? Do you just yell at him? Do you find this professional, so to speak, who just confirms everything that you're believing? I don't know. Maybe this professional has some sort of supernatural power that can determine the future or see things that can't be seen by natural sources. But I would recommend talking with Michael, having a couples therapist. Obviously, living in the same town is going to help. Working on taking responsibility for your own traumas, taking responsibility for your own triggers, asking the other person to help you with those triggers, all the regular stuff I talk about. This is, I can't imagine that this is going to work, but, maybe it will. Maybe the professional will say, actually, Angela, you need to da-da-da. And then she'll say, oh, okay. And then that can get him going in the right direction. I don't know. Let's see.
She needs to defend her position because something is not right here. If you don't sort it out, you'll lose her.
Of course, I love her. She knows this, but she doesn't trust me 100% because of all what have happened in the past. And
say it like it is, from all the lying you've done in the past.
All right. Actually, now we're having a conversation that is rational and makes sense, that I would actually encourage them to have in couples therapy, which is that he's saying, well, she knows that I love her, but she doesn't trust me because of the things that have happened in the past. And she's like, let me clarify the lying that has happened in the past from you. And he cheated on her. So she does have reasons to have some issues with trust with him. And I suspect she has reasons to have issues with trust with people in general. So, okay, good. Now they're on the same path. She's letting him talk, which is a good sign. And how do you build back trust? Takes time, takes love, takes compassion, takes understanding, takes hearing other people's feelings. So maybe they're going in the right direction here.
she needs to give me more space. For me to express myself.
Oh, my God. More space? Then you shouldn't have got married, bitch.
Wow. The verbal abuse, the aggression, the assumptions. He's speaking about wanting more space to talk. And he clarified that, but she is now saying, instead of listening to him, I mean, even if he meant, look, I just need a little bit more space emotionally, he's saying it nicely. Why do you have to call someone names? Why do you have to get like this? Are you married to him, or is this person your enemy? If you're married to him, then you listen. And if you don't like it, you say, you know what, I don't like that. It doesn't make sense to me. This kind of aggression, we're heading down a bad road.
More space? Bitch, I need the space. You do nothing but eat, sleep, and
Oh my God. You're getting a rare eye roll from me. I try not to do that. But I guess I've just had it. I don't know why I thought this would go different. I guess because it was going different in the beginning. The bullying, the talking over, the name calling, the not listening. What's your goal? Now, if you're, as I always say, if your goal is to break up and to divorce and bygones be bygones, then, do that. But I don't think that's Angela's goal. I think her goal is to make this work. Then if that's her goal, why would you do this? Just calm down. Or at the very least, don't call someone names. It's disturbing to watch.
you need more space?
You're miles apart. You can't get any more space than that.
And then this professional is piling on, agreeing with her verbal abuse and her... And now Michael has to defend himself against two people. Yeah, what a wonderful service this person is. Okay. I'm rolling my eyes and I'm being sarcastic. Uncool. Thumbs down to me.
You don't get what I'm saying. The space I mean is that I mean, she needs to listen to me sometimes.
Not happening.
Angela,
Don't be jumping into conclusions. This is why I always keep to myself. I don't like
So now she's telling him to calm down? She's telling him to calm down. He is the most rational person in this conversation. He's saying she needs to listen to me, which I think all of us can agree that if you're going to be in a relationship of any kind, you need to let the other person talk, which she doesn't. Then he says she needs to stop jumping to conclusions. Just because I didn't call her one day, she assumes that I'm cheating on her. That's jumping to conclusions. I need her to stop doing that. That also makes sense. And then this person, even though Angela was jumping down his throat for, I think, completely no reason, calling him names and being very aggressive, he's amped up, but he's explaining himself. And now this professional is telling him to calm down.
Going on different paths, okay? There is love between you both, but there is a big communication problem.
You don't trust what I say.
Well, how can I, Michael? Look how many times you've lied and did what you want. I want a man that if I'm going to walk away, that's going to chase me like he used to on the phone.
Yeah, there's that again of I want a man who's going to chase me. So her version of that, and some people want that. Some people want, look, I want someone who really is into me and really chases me and initiates things, calls me, texts me, wants to spend time with me, asks me out on a date, that kind of thing. Which is fine. But her version of that is she will berate him and verbally abuse him and sometimes physically abuse him and be aggressive with him and not let him talk and bully him and bulldoze him and break up with him and block him on all social media or all ways of contacting each other. Just constant barrage of bullying and verbal abuse. And then she says, I'm done, we're getting a divorce. And then she wants him to chase her. Because that's what happened. That a few episodes ago, she did that. And he's like, well, I'm not going to, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to try to convince you to change your mind. You seem like you're really sure about this. And I'm thinking in his mind, he's saying, I'm not really in the mood to try to convince you after you just tore me apart and wouldn't let me talk. And I'm sure you won't let me talk. So I'm not going to try to change your mind. That was her version of, how dare you not treat me well?
Now he's got the marriage license. It's like he don't care. Yeah, I'll just get over there, play a longer game. That's how he's making me feel.
Angela, ask the cards a question.
Is Michael scamming me?
Don't laugh. It's not funny.
Everything's
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Either way. So the professional says, yes, he is scamming. What? Or he's not scamming. How would they know that?
is Angela right in what she believes? And it says, if you believe. So Angela, what does it tell you? What does your gut feeling tell you?
All right, so I guess I can get behind that one of what do you think? You know, what a wonderful service. So you ask her, you know, who supposedly has supernatural powers of being able to know things beyond nature, read people's minds or see things that can't be seen. And so she asks this professional, is he cheating on me, or is he scamming me? Is he lying to me? And the answer to that is, well, what do you think? That's great. I mean, it'd be like if someone came to me and said, like, do I suffer from PTSD? And I'd be like, well, let me ask a bunch of questions and charge you a bunch of money. At the end of the, like, well, you know what? I've done all the assessment. I've done all the analysis. And my answer is to your question as to whether or not you have PTSD is, what do you think?
Why?
I warn, and then till I'm gone. And when I'm gone, I'm gone. You'll never hear from me again.
That's it.
I want me just have a family of my own, just live happily ever after. That's it.
Michael, you're not really appreciating what you got.
And if you're going to mistreat me, I don't want to do this no more.
So I'm still lost on how he mistreated her at all. I mean, in the past, for sure, he lied to her, he cheated on her. I reacted to all those videos. That was like a couple seasons ago. But this season, the only thing I think that happened was while she was getting surgery, he didn't call her enough, but I think he claims he did. So, but even that, let's just give that. I think that's the only thing that he did that was wrong, according to her, which is that he didn't call her or didn't respond to her calls when she was around the time of her surgery. It was, you know, a few days there. Okay. But, you know, let's just clarify that. But according to Angela, the way she talks about it, it's like he recently has been mistreating her in all these ways, when I think the reverse is true.
Bye, I love you. Bye, Tracy. Michael, whatever.
Is there still hope for the two of you?
Honestly, at this point, I don't think there's no hope for this relationship.
She said that before and then got back together with him. I think that she goes into those modes. You know, I've hypothesized as to what is going on with her. It's very common for people with her presentation to have a lot of trauma in their childhood, a lot of chaos, drug addiction, alcoholism, violence, witnessing violence, experiencing violence, abuse, various different kinds, modeling of behavior, you know, abandonment, lots of things, lack of taking responsibility, possible psychopathy, you know, who knows, but it wouldn't be uncommon for a history like that to be present in someone who presents like this. And as a child, you learn that you either are the victim or you are the bully. You're one or the other. And you'd rather be the bully than you would be the victim, right? So, or at least some people would. And so whenever there's tension or even just a relationship, it's like, who is the bully and who's the victim? Or another way to put it is, who's the dominant and who is the submissive person? I'm not going to be the submissive person because it doesn't feel good, and that's usually where I'm victimized. So I'm going to be the dominant one, and I'm going to talk over people. I'm not going to let them talk, and I'm going to keep them on edge. I'm going to blame them. And if the genders were reversed here, it would be, I think, easier for society to see. I'm not quite sure. Imagine if Angela was a man who was telling his wife, who lived abroad and was underprivileged compared to him, the American husband, and he was, for seemingly no reason, berating her, putting her down, telling her she's a bad person, and constantly threatening her with various different things, and ganging up on her with other people. We would very, I think, easily see this as a patriarchal, misogynistic, sexist, oppressive, high control, abusive relationship. I think it's, given Angela's behavior, it's also not hard for us to see, but I think it would be particularly disgusting to us to watch if it was a male on female abuse. I'm just taking a guess. Having said that, I think from the comments that people watch this show, they consider this to be pretty disgusting, and it really should be. I've treated people like Angela before. I've treated domestic violence perpetrators before. I've treated people with anger problems before. I've treated people with entitlement problems before. I've treated people with relational traumas before, borderline. And, I have compassion for them and I've helped them. But I'm not saying that they don't harm people along the way and that we can't look towards their behavior and say that's unacceptable. Anyway, it's hard to watch. All right, well, that does it for that episode. We're coming up on our 13-year anniversary on August 7th. We're going to do a 13-hour show, live stream. So join us for that. And if you want to send us a card or a little package or something, you can send it to 10002 Aurora Avenue North, Suite 36, number 214, Seattle, Washington, 98133-9334. So we've already received a few cards, and so it's nice. We'll open them up during the live show. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.